We are here to. I'll just ask few questions regarding our knowledge management and competency development within team right now. So can we start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So my first question goes like, how do you think how we are currently doing with our current process of knowledge management and competency development within our team?
I think we have a couple of issues, mainly with the divide between the expats and the locals. Um, the locals, we do not know where the material that the expats are using is located, and may not have seen it at all.
Okay.
And we also don't know what kind of processes goes on between the internally with the expats before they come on site and so on. So I think we have some issues here, and I think some of the actually I've heard from some of the other locals that we have issues with outdated knowledge that's being used. I think offsite, rather than having some updated ones that we have had during the year plus that we've been working so far. So I think we have some issues there, so we need to get more transparency within the whole team to see what is there and what is not there, and also to have a little look at what is being trained off-site and what's needed to be done on-site, to get the comparison between those things.
Okay.
That's the short answer.
Okay, thank you. And next question will be like, according to you, what are the three top factors which are which inhibiting or which acts as a hindrance to our current KM and competency development within the team?
I think one of the things is transparency. To actually know that, so everyone knows where the actual stuff is, and when we are, like I'm currently doing knowledge transfer, to know where this ends up eventually, so that we can see what people are using and not using and that kind of stuff, so we can update this stuff accordingly.
Hello, Sajesh.
Hi.
Yeah, so I'll ask a couple of questions regarding our knowledge management and competency development within the team. So can I go ahead?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so here goes the first question. So according to you, what do you think that how we are doing right now with the our current knowledge management and competency development process within the team?
Right now we are conducting enough knowledge sessions, and I see like maybe more sessions than what we require. From that aspect, it is fine. But the point here is, it is not only the knowledge management sessions, but the competency improvement is not that happening. That is the concern. We have sessions which are happening here, but the problem is the competency is not getting improved much. That is because the people who are working on the session may not be working on the same area, and they are supposed to work on some other area. But we have enough sessions which are happening, I agree. Even maybe last couple of months also we had enough sessions.
Okay. So, okay, thank you. And the next question will be, according to you, what are the top factors inhibiting or limiting our current our current KM and competency development?
The main problem is the as I already mentioned, like people are trained on one specific particular area, and they are not supposed to work on that. So we actually do not have any expertise in most of the areas. If you take the Felix team itself, if you compare it with the initial transition team, there is always a huge difference when you actually take the transition directly from the customer, and sometimes in here for the same application we might have completed some 3 or 4 runs of application, which not at all looks good for me. Okay, because when the customer gives the transition, the first person might have understood maybe 40 or 30%. We cannot say that you understood 100%. and the rest of the things he should actually work on the system, then gain the knowledge, improve, and he has to improve his expertise. Now what happened? The first person who took the transition, now the customer is not here. The first person who took the transition is not here. At least the second person is not here. He might have given the transition to third person. I think in few cases, if you, I don't know, if you take both the Felix and some 3 or 4 times for some of the applications, the transition might have happened. That is one big major concern. So that according to me, for the knowledge transfer, the sessions will help you to get a basic understanding about the application. You will not get a 360 everything about the application in that session. Then rest of the things up to that resource, who should, what kind of work he do, what kind of challenging project do, it is his expertise that's going to count. But I think we can find a lot of other like the Norwegian documents, okay, which this DNBSMEs had in their lands and all those things. Okay, so there are some shared folders because I was I requested access some time back, but it might be in Norwegian. But we can also try. I suggested we can have buy a professional translator.
Okay, hello Krishna.
Hello.
Yeah, so today I'll be asking a couple of questions regarding the knowledge management and competency development. And so can we start?
Yeah.
Okay, so here goes the first one. So according to you, what you feel how we are doing with the current knowledge management and competency development within our team?
Okay, let me explain the current process. So right now, a lot of documents are prepared in the Word format.
Okay.
So during transition, Mini Associates prepared the application maintenance manual and playback documents, presentations. So those are now uploaded on the SharePoint site. And DG team is also digitizing it, so they are making it in the kind of wiki format, so that it will be easily searchable. So this is for the from the knowledge management perspective. From the competency development perspective, there are various sessions being organized within the team, so that it's like cross training. So the associates who are handling other applications will give transitions to those other associates within team, so that even they get idea and they can even contribute in that.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the basic process being followed now.
Okay, but how we are doing means how you'll rate our current process? Like, is it good, average, or very good?
I will say we need improvement in the process, because it's now more than 1.5 years with this relationship, and so that we need to evolve with the time. And the major step has been already taken, that all the documents are being converted into the wiki kind of link, so the knowledge is easily accessible, and the associates do not need to run here and there for any doubts or anything, any help. It should be easily accessible to them.
Hello Praful, how are you today?
Hi Kshitij, I'm good.
Okay,
Thank you.
so I'm here to ask a couple of questions regarding our knowledge management and competency development process
Okay.
we are following today. So are we good?
Yes.
Okay, so here goes my first question.
Yeah.
So according to you, how you feel that how we are doing currently in this area, like how you will rate this knowledge management and competency development process which we are following?
Yeah. I think we are doing okay in the knowledge management process right now, but there is quite scope of improvement in the current knowledge management and in the competency development as well. The reason being, this system is different from normal mainframe systems. It has a different architecture and few new technologies. About the rating, I will say we are 2.5 out of 5. So we are average and we can improve on it.
Okay, thank you. Next question. According to you, what improvements will you suggest to make this process more efficient?
Yeah, Uh, I think what we need a special training for before joining. I mean, it is about the new team members joining this team. The reason is that the system is customized and uh, to accommodate with its different architecture. They have customized data dictionaries.
As far as current knowledge management is concerned, a recently very nice initiative was taken by launching the offshore SharePoint site, wherein all clusters, knowledge databases, application maintenance manuals were digitized. So this has helped in making knowledge to be accessible by people across the clusters. Regarding the improvement in current state of knowledge management and competency development, I would say we can have the open forums wherein we can share our ideas for the implementation of best practices, and we can also have the
Currently, in terms of knowledge management, what we are doing, we are uploading all the documentations in SharePoint. This being a new project, DME being a new project, we have been receiving a lot of documentations from the customer as well as from the ADAM team. We have to modify them because most of them are in Norwegian, and putting in our understanding and uploading those documentations in SharePoint is one of our biggest activities. And what we are also doing in terms of competency building, we can refer to those documentations which are there in SharePoint and maybe understand about a particular cluster. Any new person who comes in, that person can easily refer to these documentations which are there in SharePoint and build up their knowledge. In terms of contents, in near future, I would prefer to see more documentations on testing methodologies, maybe some reusable scripts, maybe some templates, so that a person can build up the testing knowledge. A person who is part of manual testing would love to learn about automation testing, and maybe on a different testing techniques as well. So that is my thought about knowledge management.